say so. So, okay, on va lower select.
Apa yang baru? Apa yang baru?
Should not guard.
morning. Welcome to today's class. It's going to be for Online Free Masterclass on UI UX. So, and here is Olatubosun Abdulaziz as a UI UX designer, as a host. We have my co-host as additional Farouk, is a product designer. So we want this to be an interactive session, so I welcome you all to this 3 hours online masterclass tutorial. So welcome. So for the first, so you need to know about what to learn. You learn about the field of UX and UI design, and there are many roles and applications of user experience design in technology. So for this course, what you'll be learning are what is UX and UI design, design thinking, design tools, design roles, problem definition, intro to UX research methods, research plans, conducting research, synthesizing research, develop problem statements, how it might, and with. So here also still have design ideation techniques, so user stories, sketching. You'll be learning about the UX design principles, the sitemaps and navigation, user flows, material and iOS guidelines, low and medium fidelity wireframing, interaction design, design tools and tutorials. We have UI principles. So you'll be learning about the UI principles, elements and patterns, accessibility guidelines. We have design systems and style guides, mood boards and brand guidelines, high fidelity mockups, intro to prototyping tools, moderated user testing, remote user testing, synthesizing findings, develop a case study, and also at the end of this course, you'll be taught how to build your own portfolios. So welcome. So on this we'll be going to FAQ. So for what to know about this course for the newbies and some other people that are trying to change their career in UI UX. So the first question is, when can I start the course? So the course we are doing presently is on Saturday and Sundays. So you can start at any Saturdays you would like, as long as we have space for months. So you can join us at any time. So if you have any questions about availability, so you can text the number there. So do I need to have any experience? Actually, you don't need any experience before you start, because the purpose of this course, of this class, is going to help you to understand the foundation of UX and UI design. So there is no need for you having any experience. So we are going to take you to understand the foundation of UX and UI design. So for those that I don't have a tech background, how can I successfully change careers into UX design? Sure. There are many transferable skills from different backgrounds when changing careers into UX design. So from healthcare to education to retail, sales, and more. You understand? So you don't. You can change your. It doesn't necessarily maybe you have a tech background before you become a UI UX designer. So it doesn't really matter like that. So how long is this course? So the course is broken into 12 modules of content. So where you have and it's completed in 8 weeks. So for the 12 modules, you have to complete it in 8 weeks. So what do I need to complete the course? So what you really need is a computer, not an iPad. So you need an internet access. So and the motivation to learn new skills. So if you are not being motivated, there is no how you are going to complete this course like that. So you have to be motivated like that. So and you do not need to own a Mac or a printer. You understand? Just find a system that is preferable for this course. So and no specific software is not that required. So you understand? So just your computer and internet access. So you are good to go for this course. So are there live classes that I need to join? Yes, we have live classes for those who are unable to join physical, and all courses content also will be pre-recorded and available to watch whenever it works for you, scheduled with access code. So now for those that are unable to join us for our physical class, so you can also opt for an online class like that. So maybe you missed a class, so there is a pre-recorded clip that is going to be available for you to watch on our YouTube channel. So but for those that you have to register with us before you can get this access code, before you can watch it on our YouTube channel. So also we have one-on-one mentor session which are live based on your own schedule. So you can reach to okay, this is the time you need for a mentor concerning what you need to know about the UI UX design, or maybe you have some issues to sort out when designing or any other thing like that. So there are mentor sessions like that. So you have to schedule for the mentor session. So what is the weekly time commitment? So our students will spend between 8 to 10 hours per week for the course content. So working through the activities to build their portfolio and discussing progress with their mentors. So this will enable our students to have about 8 to 10 hours per week. So for this course content. So at the end of the course, so you'll be able to know how to design your own portfolios and also have some discourse with the progress with your mentors, maybe after the class. So these are the projects you are working in. Maybe you have some difficulties in executing them, or maybe you want to share some ideas with your mentors. So, or maybe you want to ask something from your mentors. So you have access to this. So if you want to complete the program in 8 weeks, you will need to dedicate 10 hours in a week. So I've said earlier. So what will I know at the end of this course? So once you complete the course, you will know UX research, UX design, and UI design. These are basics that are for job researchers, designer. These are what you need to know to land the job. So you also have a full project and portfolio. So before you can be given certificate, you must have a full project and also a portfolio. So the course works you through creating a portfolio, as I said earlier, as well as adding the projects you work on. So can I freeze the course? Yeah, we work with students on a case-by-case basis to ensure everyone is successful in completing course. So if you have any reason you need to freeze your enrollment, so we can do so one time. So maybe you have some reasons for you to just feel like, okay, for now I'll be pending this course. So there's no issue. So just need to talk to reach out to the admin. So we are going to do that from here. So what other courses are available at Vision Arts Academy students? So not that we are only on with UI UX courses. So at Vision Arts Academy, so we have other courses like our web designs and graphic designs also for now. So that is what we take for now. So as time goes on, we will be giving you our new updates on any course that we'll be having. So can I join the program if I have a full-time job as a full-time job? Yes, you can. So even though as a part-time, you can also join this course because this course is just some hours, and it's been scheduled online, and also is a weekend physical classes. You understand? So as a full-time job, you can schedule your time to have this class. So it doesn't mean maybe you are working from Monday to Friday. So you can have a time for yourself by the weekend between 9 to 1. So you can have a time for yourself. For online, it can be of online, and it can also be of weekend classes, physical weekend classes. So also, how much is UX UI design program? So as you all know, this the UI UX design program costs 60,000 naira for physical class, some 50,000 naira for virtual. So we also offer payment plans to pay over installment. So for those that are just coming, so there are going to be a discount for our physical class. So this discount is just 20%. So and also for our virtual class, we'll be having 20% for our virtual class. So for now till October 1st. For now till October 1st. So that is when we'll be having the promo code. So do I get a certificate at the end of this course? Actually, yes, you get a certificate and a badge when completing the course. So as said earlier, before you can be given this certificate, you need to work on your portfolios and also a full project that the academy will be very, very satisfied with, that yes, this person is okay for us to offer the person the certificate. You understand? So now we'll be going to the insights of the UI and UX by Umar Farouk Adeshina. How many minutes?
So, good morning, guys, and you're welcome to UI UX Design Masterclass. So, as my colleague said earlier, I'll be taking you through this free masterclass. So, my name is Umar Farouk Adeshina, and you can call me Umar Designer. I'm a product designer, actually. So, I'll be taking you through this course. It shouldn't take much of our time, probably 3 hours. So, but I want you guys to stay with me through the course. It's going to be fun and it's going to be educative. So, if you are new to UI UX design, so this is an opportunity for you to grab, right? So, I will be starting the class now. So, but before I start, I want you to share the link with your friends that you think that might be interested. So share the link with them. It is free. It's free. So you have to share the link with them, so for them to gain, and welcome them into UI UX design. So you can also click on the like button and subscribe button for more of this kind of videos. So I'll be starting now, but before I start, I will want the session to be very, very interactive, right? So if you are here, you can just drop your name on the comment section. If you are with us, you can just drop your name on the comment section or say hi on the comment section. So I'll be going through that now. So now, let's start. So, I said we'll be discussing UI UX, right? So, but before we start, we might have heard about graphic design, right? Even web design. But I don't think this UI UX design is so many people don't do it. Sometimes people call it product design, or sometimes they call it full stack. So it's beyond graphics. So what we discussing is who I stand for, user interface, why UX design. So what we are discussing here is designing interface for users. And it's beyond just graphics. We also have something called voice control interface. We're going to be designing interfaces for data, Siri, Google Alexa, and also gesture Alex, Google Alex, designing support basically what's common here is UI that we're going to be designing graphics. So you as a UI designer, you'll be working on digital devices, mobile phone, your laptop, tablets, device. So that's what we do. So let's get started. So yeah, introducing this course to you today, we're talking about this introduction to UI UX, knowing what UI UX is, these are opportunities. So knowing what UI UX is, and also skills and tools of a UI UX designer. So as a UI UX designer, what are the skills you need to have and tools you are going to be using, right? And also we're talking about human-centered design. So what's human-centered design? So like I said earlier, you're designing for people, right? So you need to know how to come up with a design that tailors to what their needs are, their motivations, their preferences, and challenges they are facing. So that's what human-centered design is. And also we're talking about design thinking process. So you as a UI designer, there are some steps, some stages you need to follow to be able to come up with effective and enjoyable designs. So we'll be taking you through that in the design thinking process. And also we have user research. So user research simply involves making research to understand who your users are, your target audience, and come up with what solution to actually solve their challenges. So then we'll be talking about UI design principles. So these are the principles that guide your user interface, your design, right? So you are not just going to be placing UI elements anyhow, anywhere. So we have some guidelines that govern on how to come up with those, placing those elements. So let's go. Let's get started. So now, like I said, you'll be working on designing interface. So I have about 3 screens here, right? So I have, for the first screen here, I have, it's called Airbnb. So Airbnb is an e-commerce platform, right? So this is a mobile app. These are mobile app. So that Airbnb is based on e-commerce platform. It sells different products there. You can get different products, just like our Gmail, our Kongi, and the likes. So on the Airbnb, you sell different products and you can buy different products, right? So these are kind of screens we'll be working on UI designer. And also the next screen, the last 2 screens are Stripe. These are Stripe screens. So the Stripe is a cryptocurrency platform, right? So on how to exchange crypto, on how to sell, convert your money to dollar, convert your money to naira, and you can withdraw. So starting with this is the work of the UI UX designer. So before we give out this script to the developers, to the mobile developers to work on, they have to be designed based on what users want, right? So, and that is the work of the UI UX. So we are going to be understanding what your users want and everything based on their words, their behaviors, their motivations, and the like. So then come up with a what? With an enjoyable product. So these are products: Stripe, Airbnb, different products. Your WhatsApp, for example, started with the work of a UI UX designer, come up with the design and give it out to the developers to work on. So that's how it was a UI UX design, right? So these are examples of what you'll be working on. So it does not limit to just mobile app. So as a UI UX designer, you work on websites, desktop sites, website that you can open on your phone. So as a UI UX designer, you work on that. And like I said earlier, that as a UI UX designer, you can work on designing voice controlled interfaces. So like your Google Alexa, your Siri, and the likes. So now what is UI UX design? So UI stands for user interface, while UX stands for user experience. So let's go deeper. What that UI, user interface design, is about. So user interface design is the process of designing the layout of the visual or audio elements of a digital device or software application that a user interacts with. So it's the process that is a step-by-step process of designing the layout of a screen, right? So like we have here, you can see my cursor. This element is being placed by a UI designer. This element is being placed by a UI designer. Everything here talks about visuals, right? The layout and everything. So that's the work of a UI designer, a UI interface, a user interface designer, or audio elements like your Siri, your Google Alexa, and the likes. So of a digital product. So like I said earlier, you will be working on digital products, digital devices, creating digital devices, creating digital products. You know, nowadays, people work on their phone. Everybody work on their phone. You want to sell your market, you can come up with a design on your phone and you are going to market it. So nowadays, we are working on what? Digital devices. So, and that is why the call of a UI designer, a UI UX designer is needed in our society. So like your websites, your mobile apps, your Jumia, your Glovo, where you get food and the likes. So that's the work of a UI designer. Now, UI is a point of interaction between human and digital devices or any physical devices. So what user is interacting with, like what we are touching on the screen, that's the work of a UI designer, right? you are coming up with the layouts, the visuals, what users are going to be seeing. Like this talks about your colors, your elements. You know, on a mobile app or a website, you have some things like subheading, a text, an image, a button, and the likes. So those are examples of UI elements you are seeing on the screen. So interacting with that is what we called, you are able to touch it, you are able to feel it, you are able to interact with it. So that work is what is the work of a UI designer. So we now have user experience. We talked about UI, right? We talked about the user interface. Now we should talk about user experience design. So user experience design is a process of creating useful products that provide relevant experience to users and are useful and what usable. So user experience design is a step-by-step process, right, of creating, of building, of developing a useful product that provide relevant experience. Now, this is the difference between what that UI and UX is. The difference between the two is that user experience go beyond just designing the interface. Designing interface that provide relevant experience to users. That is, when user interact with this element, for instance, on your screen, elements like your button, it gives some experience, right? It gives some feelings after they interact with it. That okay, maybe for example on a fintech website or a banking website, for instance, you click on open account button. You should know that this open account button will take you towards a section whereby you can create an account, right? So the experience that button is given is what is called user experience. So you clicking on open account button and taking you to login, for instance, that is not a better experience, right? So that means that interface lack user experience. So as a UX designer, you need to focus on creating products that provide relevant experience to users and are usable and useful. Products that are usable, right? That means products that are easy to use, easy to communicate with, products that are easy to interact with, and also useful products, right? Product that gives a particular feature, right? Like you using a banking website now, as a user, you should be able to, on that banking website, you should be able to make transaction, you should be able to invest, you're able to send money and withdraw and the likes. So that is the usefulness part of a design of a mobile app. Then now UX now refers to the experience a user has while interacting with the product, whether physical or digital. The experience, the feelings you get while interacting with a particular product. So, and UI design, that is the difference between user interface and user interface design simply means that user interface design is the process of creating designs, right? While UI stands for user interface, that is the screen they are seeing. So, and also for the user experience design stands for what? Creating products that are useful, right? While UX stands for the experience that user gain, like the experience user interacts with on your products. Now, this takes us to the differences between the two. So this is just a summary of what UX and UI entails. So UX entails product strategy, user research, and testing and iteration. That means as a UX designer, you need to come up with that product strategy. That is some questions you are going to be asking yourself, like some strategy you want to be using to create that product. That is what the product strategy is about. And also, it also consists of user research. Now, conducting research to understand who your target audience are, right? Conducting research to understand their pain points, their preferences, and the challenges they are facing. Now, and also we also have testing and iteration. As a UX designer, you should be able to test products. And what iteration means is that is the design you are creating, it is not a linear process.
So
that
you
is,
need to know
it's not straightforward. You need to be coming back and forth to actually understand
about
that
the field of UX
that's
and UI
design, right? And who
many
you are
roles
designing
and
for.
applications of
Then we have UI. For UI,
technology.
we are going to be
So for this
discussing
course,
color
what we'll
theory,
be learning
what colors are, right? Different colors
what
that
is
we
UX
have:
and
primary
UI
color,
design,
secondary color, tertiary
design
color,
thinking,
and their
design
meaning,
tools,
their importance,
design goals,
and how we can
problem
actually use
definition,
them. For colors
input
like
to UX
for color like
research,
red,
research methods,
you know that
research
symbolizes
plans,
something like
conducting
danger,
research,
or sometimes
synthesizing
something like
research,
passion or love,
develop problem
right?
statements.
So
How
and
it
unlike
works.
blue
And
symbolizes
green.
something like trustworthiness
So
and
here
stuff like that.
also
Then
we
we're
have,
talking about
design
design
ideation
patterns.
techniques,
Now,
the
this
user
will
stories,
take us to
sketching, you'll be learning
patterns
about
that you
the
actually
UX design
going
principles,
to be using
at
to
the
create
site
your
maps
design,
and
to create your
navigation,
interface.
user flows,
We'll be talking
material
about
and iOS
some
guidelines,
UI
low
principles
and
there,
medium
like
fidelity
your
wireframing, interaction design,
your
design tools
grid
and
system,
tutorials.
your alignment, your repetition, proximity, negative
have
space,
UI
and principles like that. So then we'll be talking about typography too. So this involves the use of typefaces, the use of fonts, different font styles that we have. We're talking about that under the
guidelines,
typography.
we have design
Now we
systems
have
and style guides,
some common
boards and brand
principles
guidelines,
between
high-fidelity
UX
mockups,
and UI.
intro,
So these are
to
some things that are common between the
prototyping
two.
tools,
As a UI
promoted
UX
user
designer,
testing,
you need to have
remote
what
user testing,
we have here on
synthesizing findings,
the UX
develop
part,
a case study,
and also what we
and
have
also
on the UI part.
at the
But
end of this course,
you need
will
to
know,
have
you'll be
this
taught how
also.
to
The first one
build
is
your
empathy.
own portfolio.
Empathy simply means
So welcome,
understanding
welcome,
your
welcome.
users, putting yourself in
on
their
this,
shoes,
we'll be going to
what
FAQ.
challenges they
so
are facing. You are putting yourself
what
in
to
their
know
shoes, like,
about this
am I the one
course?
facing these challenges? It
For
helps
the
you to
newbies
understand
and some other people
these
that are
users. It helps you to
trying to
understand
change
them
their
very
career in
well,
UI
right?
UX.
And also we have collaboration.
So, the first
Being a
question
UI
is,
UX designer, you need
when
to
can I
collaborate.
start the course?
Collaboration with
So
other
the course we are
designers.
doing
It
presently
doesn't
is
stop
on
that.
Saturday and Sundays.
You should
So
also
you can
collaborate
start at
with
any Saturdays.
your
We are like
stakeholders,
having
your
we have
developers,
space for
the people that are going to be building
so you can join us
design, right?
at
So
any time.
you should have this
So if you have any
skills to
questions
collaboration
about
skills.
availability,
And also
so you can text
prototyping.
the
So
number.
in UI and
Yeah.
UX, prototyping simply means something like sample,
So do I need
creating
to have any
samples
experience?
of your work. So as a UI UX designer,
Actually, you don't.
as a
need
UI
any
UX
experience.
designer, right? You need to prototype.
you-
You need to create.
Before you start, because
So you need
the
to
course
create
of this course,
samples
this class is going
for
to
your
help you
work,
to understand the foundation of
right?
UX
So before
and UI design.
giving it out to
So there's no
developers
need for
to actually
you having
design.
any experience.
So as a
So,
UI UX designer, you need to
we are
have
going to take
all
you to understand the foundation of UX and
So
UI
then,
design. So for those that
we'll
I
be
don't
talking
have a
about-
tech
okay,
background, how can I
let's
successfully
ponder on this.
change careers
Uh,
to UX design?
a UI UX
Sure,
designer, a
there
senior
are
UI
many
UX
transferable
designer in the
skills
industry
from
said
different
something,
backgrounds
said,
when
user
changing
interface
careers
is
into
like a
UX
joke.
design.
If you
So
have
from
to
healthcare to
explain it,
education to
it is
retail,
not
sales and more.
that
You
That
understand?
means
So you
you
don't.
creating
You can change.
an interface.
Uh,
That interface
your-
needs to talk, needs to explain
Your,
itself.
it doesn't mean
right?
it doesn't necessarily
So,
mean you have a tech background before
as
you,
a designer,
you become
if
a
you
UI
create any
UI
mobile
UX
app, for
designer.
instance,
So
if you have
it
to
doesn't
explain that mobile
really
app,
matters like
that means you
So
are
how
not
long
a
is this
UI
course?
or
So
UX
the course
designer.
is broken
Your
into several levels
interface
of
needs to
content.
talk, needs to
So
explain
where
itself.
you
Like,
have,
okay, if a user
and it's completed in 8
sees,
weeks.
a platform,
So
for
for the 12
instance,
modules,
the
you
example I
have to
keep
complete it
using,
in 8 weeks. So
banking.
So what do I
for
need
instance,
to
they
complete
should be
the
able to
course?
understand that, okay,
So
this
what you
button
really
means
need is a computer,
create
not an
account, open
iPad.
an account.
So you need
This
an
simply
internet
means the
access.
features are going to be
So
on the
and
platform
the
and
motivation
like.
to learn new
So
skills.
you don't have to explain
So
what
you know,
the interface
if you are
is.
not being motivated,
Right.
there is no how
Your
you are
interface,
going
your
to
design
complete
needs
this
to
course
talk,
like that. So
needs
you
to
need
explain itself.
You need to you have to be
Now,
like that. So and you do not
moving
need
forward to
to
the
own
next
a Mac or a printer.
on our slide
You understand? Just find a
is
system that is
human-centered design.
preferable for
It's also known as
this course. So
HCD.
and no specific
Sometimes
software is
people call it
not
HCD.
that required.
So this simply
So you
refers
understand?
to
So
a
just
problem-solving
computer and
approach
internet
that
access.
focuses
So
on
you are
understanding
good to go for this course.
experiences and
So are there live
perspectives
classes
of
that I need to
persons
join? Yes,
or
we have
of
live
people
classes for
who
those who are able
experience
to join
the
this
product or a
and all
problem,
courses content
not
also
just their
will
needs,
be
but
recorded
also
and available
comprises
to
of their
watch
habits,
whenever it's
behaviors,
works for you
frustrations,
access code.
constraints,
So now for
hopes,
those that
desire,
are
and
unable
wants.
to join us for our physical
So,
class,
human
so you can
centered
also opt
design
for an
is
online
like an approach
class
you
like
use
that. So
as a product design.
maybe you
Or
missed
as a
the
UI
class,
designer.
so
Sorry.
there is
So,
I pre-recorded
you working as a UI designer,
for you to watch
you are
on
going to be using
our
this
YouTube channel.
approach
So
to
which
understand
but
the
for those that you
experiences
have to register
of
with
your-
us before you
of
can
your
get
users.
this access code.
The
before you
actual
can watch
problem
it
they
on
are facing.
YouTube
So
YouTube
sometimes
channel. So also
we
we
call the
have
human-centered
one-on-one resource
design
session,
as empathy.
which are live based
So
on your own
just
schedule.
like
So
I explained
you
earlier,
can
empathy
reach
means
to
putting yourself
you can
in
reach to
people's shoes.
this time
right?
this time
So,
you need,
For you
the
to
mentor
actually
concerning
understand
what,
them,
you
you need to
know
put yourself
about
in their
the
shoes.
UI UX,
Okay, these particular challenges they are facing,
design.
I am
Maybe
the one
you have
facing it.
some
Right?
issues
You as a UI designer, you
sort
need to
out
put yourself in their
when
shoes.
designing
So,
or any
the
other
human-centered design is an
There are mentor
approach
sessions
to
like that. So
focus
you have
on
to
what
schedule,
understanding
mentor session.
these
So what is the weekly
challenges,
time
the
commitment?
constraints, frustrations,
So our
users
students
are
will
facing.
spend
So
between
we
8
will
to
having
10
a
hours per
step
week
by step
for the
guide
course content.
that
So walking through
explain
the activities to
on
build their
how you
portfolio
can
and
actually
discussing
use
progress
this
with their
approach
mentors.
to solve
So this will
problems,
enable
to
our
understand
students
your users, right? So
to have,
we have something here.
about
People
8 to 10
ignore
hours
designs
per
that
week.
ignore people.
So for
Yes.
this course content.
So if your design
at the
does
end
not
of the course,
is
so
not
you'll
useful,
be able
is
to
not usable, people will
know how to
ignore
design
it.
your own portfolios and also have some discourse
People will
with,
ignore it.
with your mentors maybe after the class. So these are the projects you are working in. Maybe you have some difficulties in executing them, or maybe you have you want to share some ideas with your mentors. So, or maybe you want to ask something from your mentors. So you have access to this. So if you want to complete the program in 8 weeks, you will need to dedicate 10 hours in a week. So I've said earlier. So what will I know at the end of this course? So once you complete the course, you will know UX research, UX design, and UI design. These are basics that are for job researchers, designer. These are what you need to know to land the job. So you also have a full project and portfolio. So before you can be given certificates, you must have a full project and also a portfolio. So the course works you through creating a portfolio, as I said earlier, as well as adding the projects you work on. So can I freeze the course? Yeah, we work with students on a case-by-case basis to ensure everyone is successful in completing course. So if you have any reason you need to freeze your enrollment, so we can do so one time. So maybe you have some reasons for you to just feel like, okay, for now I'll be pending this course. So there's no issue. So just need to talk to reach out to the admin. So we are going to do that from here. So what other courses are available at Vision Arts Academy students? So not that we are only on with UI UX courses. So at Vision Arts Academy, so we have other courses like our web designs and graphic designs also for now. So that is what we take for now. So as time goes on, we will be giving you our new updates on any course that we'll be having. So can I join the program if I have a full-time job as a full-time job? Yes, you can. You can. So even though as a part-time, you can also join this course. because this course is just some hours, and it's been scheduled online, and also is a weekend physical classes. You understand? So as a full-time job, you can schedule your time to have this class. So it doesn't mean maybe you are working from Monday to Friday. So you can have a time for yourself by the weekend between 9 to 1. So you can have a time for yourself. For online, it can be of online, and it can also be of weekend classes, physical weekend classes. So also, how much is UX UI design program? So as you all know, this the UI UX design program costs 60,000 naira for physical class, some 50,000 naira for virtual. So we also offer payment plans to pay over installment. So for those that are just coming, so there are going to be a discount for our physical class. So discount is just 20%. So, and also for our virtual class, we'll be having 20% for our virtual class. So for now till October 1st. For now till October 1st. So that is when we'll be having the promo code. So do I get a certificate at the end of this course? Actually, yes, you get a certificate and a badge when completing the course. So as said earlier, before you can be given this certificate, you need to work on your portfolios and also a full project that, yes, that they are academy will be very, very satisfied with, that yes, this person is okay for us to offer the person the certificate. You understand? So now we will be going to the insights of the UI and UX by Umar Farouk Adeshina.
So, good morning, guys, and you're welcome to UI UX Design Masterclass. So, as my colleague has said earlier, I'll be taking you through this free masterclass. So, my name is Umar Farouk Adeshina, and you can call me Umar Designer. I'm a product designer actually. So, I'll be taking you through this course. It shouldn't take much of our time, probably 3 hours. So, but I want you guys to stay with me through the course. It's going to be fun and it's going to be educating. So, if you are new to UI UX design, so this is an opportunity for you to grab, right? So, I'll be starting the class now. So, but before I start, I want you to share the link with your friends that you think that might be interested. So share the link with them. It is free. It's free. So you have to share the link with them, so for them to gain and welcome them into Please, sorry guys, we had an issue also. So sorry about that. So like I was talking about the human-centered design and empathy. So I said human-centered design is an approach to understanding experiences of your users, experiences of your target audience, not just their needs but also comprises of their habits, behaviors, frustrations, constraints, hopes, desire and wants. So you using this approach as a UI UX designer will help you actually understand your users, right? Will help you understand them, putting yourself in their shoes. So you have wide range of information about them. You know, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. So sympathy is just like you maybe sympathizing for someone, but empathy goes beyond just that. It goes deeper. Like you have to put yourself in their shoe. You have to assume that this particular problem, you are the one facing it, right? So what's that? That's what user empathy is about. So now, people ignore designs that ignore people. Yes, if your design is not actually solving problem, people will not use it. If you create a platform that people are not even understanding, the experience is bad, people will not use it, right? People will not subscribe, people will not download the app, people will not even use it. So that's about human-centered design. So this human-centered design has some principles that you have to follow before you can actually achieve your goal to use this approach to understand your users. Now, that takes us to the next slide. So we have 4 principles of human-centered design. 4 principles of what? HCD. These are principles that guides you to use this approach to solve what? Your users' challenges. Now, the first one is problem definition. So, as a normal human being, as a human being, before you can actually solve any problem in any field, you have to start with the problem, right? You have to understand the problem first, so not the solution. So that means that is the first stage. You have to understand your users, right? You have to understand this particular problem they are facing. Oh, they are facing this particular problem in this society. You have to understand that and identify all of these problems, right? You have to write that down. So now the next stage is people-centered. Now you have to know these people, the people that are involved. So all the people involved in this in using this particular product, or all the people involved that are experiencing these particular challenges. You have to understand them. Okay, these people are adults. This particular product that you are going to be designing should what? Focus on adults and not kids, right? So you have to understand them. Or you are designing for kids that are in probably secondary and primary school. So the platform that you are going to be designing can be a playful platform, right? Platform that has some animations, some emojis, stuff like that will actually improve the students' usability on that platform. Now, after understanding your users, people you are designing for, the next thing is now system thinking. Now, that is where you carry out your research, that's where you test your hypothesis. You come up with assumptions, you come up with ideas that can actually solve this problem. And nothing exists in isolation. That means you shouldn't learn in isolation. You shouldn't try to solve this problem in isolation. You can collaborate with people, ask people, consult people's design, consult people's research to understand that particular product, right? And the next stage is iteration. Now, after coming up with the design and everything, you have to iterate. That means this particular approach, it is not a linear approach. That is, it is not a straightforward approach. So you have to be coming back and forth, going back and forth to actually understand these people, right? So it's a progressive improvement, or because some things like in the product management system we have lean and we have agile. So those are developments by which you can actually solve a problem, and these problems are not iterative. I mean, they are not linear, they are iterative. So digital products are never finished. That means you can never finish a digital product. You can never finish a digital product. You will be coming up with improvements every time, every now and then. You will be coming up with some other features that you can integrate on your platform. So these are the stages, the principles of your HCD, are the principles of your human-centered design. The first one is problem definition. You have to understand the problem first. Start with the problem and not the solution. Now, the next thing is people-centered. You have to understand the people that are involved, right? And also the system thinking. That is where you now have to strategize. You now have to come up with ideas that will actually solve this problem. And take notes. Human-centered design, it is what? Iterative. It's not a what? A linear process. It's a progressive improvement. You will be improving in your what? In your design, in your platform, in your products, right? So that's about human-centered design. Then we have something we call emotional designs. So emotional design is an approach. It's like creating a design that evoke feelings. Now, you creating a design, like I said earlier, if you want to use color, you need to actually understand their usage. You need to actually understand the meaning of this color. So now, you using a color like red, that means you are telling the users that, oh, this thing means danger or love, for instance. So emotional designs evoke feelings. It tells users that, oh, this is what this means, this particular element means on your platform. So these are the levels of creating that design, that emotional design. Now the first one is visceral. So now, what is visceral? Visceral is the immediate reaction, the first impression a user will see on your product. So these are like your onboarding screen, the animated screens that you have on your app or your website. So those are visceral. These are going to be evoking some feelings, like it is going to be telling users, oh wow, I love this aesthetic, I love this beautiful platform, right? So that is the first stage. So that means if you are creating a design, it needs to be what? Beautiful, right? Now the next stage is behavioral. This talks about the functionality and the usability of your platform. Not just looking great, looking stunning, looking beautiful. It needs to what? Serve some what? It needs to be functional, right? It needs to be usable and useful. That means the experience I'm going to be gaining from this particular product, oh, the goal I want to achieve while using this product, I need to achieve it, right? The goal I want to achieve while using this product needs to be met, right? So that is the behavioral stage. That is, your design needs to be useful and functional. Now the next stage is reflective. Now after using your product, right, it's maybe the product is memorable. Does it build trust? Now the example I keep using, the banking platform, for instance. You told your during the visceral stage, maybe the onboarding stage, you have informed your users that you are going to be giving them a free discount, a free promo code for them to actually use these particular features, or you've told them that after completing these tasks, you are going to be giving them some incentives, stuff like that. and after they completed that task, there was nothing like that. That means your design is not reflective. People will not even recommend their friends, their colleagues to use that product. So these are stages that you need to focus on. Is it reflective? What are the reflective feelings that people have on it? So that means your self-image. So creating a particular product, not just the experience that they are going to be gaining, the how functional, how useful it is. It needs to build trust too, for you to be able to acquire and retain your users, right, while using that product. So these are the 3 levels of the emotional design: the visceral, the first impression, the immediate reaction people will see on your platform. Next thing is the behavioral, right? So how useful and how functional this platform is. The